Hi. Yes, come on in. Take a seat right there. How are you doing today? You're excited? I'm glad to hear. Well, we do have quite a fun appointment ahead of us today, and a long one at that, so I think we should jump right into it to get started. You are here for the full service Alterlife wedding package and planning, is that correct? Excellent. That's what I love to hear. Okay, so to start the appointment today, I'm going to go ahead and run a cerebral scan. This will grant me access to your X chip so that I can validate your information here on our system, okay? I'll also go ahead and take an update of your body measurements just so we can make sure we have all the accurate sizing for when it comes to any outfits you might want to plan with us here today. Okay, there is an additional sizing I would like to check, and that is for your ring finger. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little hand scan as well before we jump into the nitty-gritty and the questionnaire portion, okay? Do you have any questions before we get started? No? And can I help you to any tea or coffee? No? Okay. Well, you let me know if you change your mind on that, all right? Thank you. Okay, so first we're going to start with that cerebral scan. So if you look just directly at me, this will only take a moment. Thank you. Okay. Yep, just look directly at me. The cerebral scan not only can validate your X chip information, but also update any body sizing that we might have out of date on the system. Okay, perfect. That completes the scan. All right, and just want to make sure that information comes through. There we are. Perfect. All right, and lastly, as mentioned, I do want to go ahead and just take a little hand scan. So in a moment here, you're going to see a hand grid. Go ahead and place your hand up against it. Yeah. Your left hand. Yeah. Perfect. All right, I'm just going to calibrate some of the nodules here, just to make sure we have the exact ring finger size. And there we are, all set. You can remove your hand now. Okay, thank you. All right. Now that we have all of the detail work set up, let's go ahead and start on that wedding questionnaire. So the way that we like to do it here at Alterlife is I'm going to start with our general questionnaire that we ask all of our clients. And based on the information and the results of that questionnaire, I will go ahead and create a curated mood board of some options for you to choose from. This will include everything from the theme to your attire to entertainment, stuff like that. Okay. Throughout the questionnaire, I will also sprinkle in a few options for you to select from. So what I will show you during these selections aren't necessarily what will be shown in the mood boards, but it gives me a better idea of where your head's at and what kind of style and taste you have. Okay? All right. Let's get started. Okay. So the questionnaire begins with some general details about the event. So, what is the wedding date, and is there a preferred time of day that you'd like to have the ceremony take place? Yeah, and if you don't have the exact information at this time, not to worry, you can just let me know to pass, okay? And we can always follow up with them to get that accurate, more up-to-date information. Okay. And what is your budget for the event? Okay. And what is your vision for the wedding? So examples could include traditional, like a themed wedding, or entirely virtual. Okay. All right. So from the following 3 selections, which would you prefer for a theme for a wedding? Again, this doesn't necessarily mean what you're going to have in the end or what we're going to suggest, but it gives me an idea of where your head's at and what kind of things you like. Perfect. Yeah, just tap it. Excellent. Okay. And do you have a specific color palette in mind? Okay. All right, same as the last question. Please select your favorite of the following 3 options. Great choice. Are there any cultural, spiritual, or personal traditions that you'd like to incorporate in the ceremony? Okay. And would you like to arrange a prenup with Alterlife Law? Okay. All right, moving on to guest lists and invitations. So how many guests are you expecting? A ballpark. Okay. We need quite a large venue. And will there be any children in attendance? Okay. Would you like to include virtual attendees using holographic projections or VR? This could be loved ones that have passed away or potentially a celebrity guest. Okay. Moving on to venue and atmosphere. So where would you like the wedding to be held? So this could be a destination specific or a simulation setting. Okay. And which of the 3 following locations best suits you? Okay. And do you prefer an indoor or outdoor venue or a hybrid space that changes throughout the event? And would you like a customizable environment for different parts of the day? So this could include holographic landscapes or time of day illusions. And what climate control settings are important for the venue? So examples could be artificial breeze, temperature adjustments, things like that. And are there any special accommodation requirements for guests? So this could include customized atmospheric chambers for breathing, dietary options compatible with non-terrestrial biologies, or gravity adjustments or translation devices for intergalactic communication among guests. Okay. Excellent. All right. Next up, we have transportation. So would you like to arrange transportation to and from the event? Okay. And would you like the transportation to match the theme of the wedding? So example, horse-drawn carriage for a royal fantasy wedding, or a luxury sport pod for a classic, more modern take. You'd like it to match, okay. And then now for entertainment and activities. So what type of entertainment would you like? Example could be licensed holographic celebrity musicians. Oh, okay. Perfect. And you're open to some kind of other options? Yeah, okay. And would you like to incorporate any interactive experiences? So example, holographic photo booths. So guests can create 3D hologram keepsakes or custom avatar creations. So guests can design custom skins following the wedding's theme and decor to truly immerse themselves in the experience. Yeah, this is a really popular one for any kind of themed weddings. Yeah, it foregoes any issue with getting all the guests to wear an appropriate wardrobe because they'll have a VR skin applied to them when they're there at the wedding. So everybody will be looking on brand and in your color palette. Okay. And would you like live music played during the ceremony? Okay. Next, we have catering and dining. So what type of cuisine would you like? Examples could be edible holograms, bioluminescent mood ring cocktails, or an AI personalized flavor profile per guest. Okay. And do you have any specific dietary preferences or guest allergies to consider? So this could include terrestrial protein intolerance, specific mineral requirements, or gluten-free options. Okay. Up next, we have wedding attire. So do you have an idea in mind of what you'd like to wear, or do you know if you'd like to wear multiple outfits throughout the event? Okay. All right. Which of these following 3 dresses best suits you and your style? Again, don't get all hung up on color or anything like that. This is just, again, to give me an idea of the kind of stuff you like. Perfect. Great choice. Okay. And would your partner need our assistance with their attire? Okay. And would you like your attire enhanced with smart fabrics or projection technology? Examples, temperature regulating fabrics or self-adjusting fit. Would you like to utilize the Alterlife face and body customization service? And would you like to utilize the Alterlife makeup customization service? Okay. Do you have a preference for shoe height? So high heels versus something a little bit more flat. Okay. And just like the dresses, select from your favorite of the following 3 shoe options. Perfect. And would you like to include any jewelry or accessories? Apart from the ring, of course. Okay, you're open to it. Next, we have ring and accessories. So do you prefer traditional rings, smart rings with advanced features, or holographic alternatives? And would you like your ring to have embedded memories or personalized projections? Okay. Do you have a stone or style in mind for the ring? Or anything you'd like to avoid? Okay. All right, pick your favorite from the following 3 options. Thank you. So up next we have decor and ambiance. So what type of decorations do you prefer? Floating floral arrangements or bioluminescent centerpieces or kinetic sculptures? Okay. And would you like dynamic decor that changes during the event? Okay. And do you have a specific lighting aesthetic in mind? Okay. Up next, we have ceremony and traditions. So, how would you like the ceremony to proceed? Do you envision anything specific that you'd like to see happen? Okay. All right. And would you like any special effects for key moments? So that can include levitating rings or holographic vows. Okay. All right. Up next, we have photography and memories. So, do you want traditional photography, holographic recordings, or drone filmed perspectives of the event? Or a mixture of the 3? Okay. Would you like to capture a VR playback for future viewing? And should photos or videos include augmented reality overlays or special effects? So, this can include dynamic filters or floating 3D photo captions. Yeah, directly on the media. So this is for post-wedding services. So would you like a memory archive or interactive keepsake of the event? Okay. Yeah, no, we can store it on the Alterlife cloud. There is a monthly subscription fee for the storage cost. Okay, we can talk about that later. And do you need assistance with gift management? So thank you messages or guest follow-ups or gift keepsakes? Okay. All right, and out of the following 3 options, which would be your favorite for a guest keepsake gift? Okay. Excellent. All right. With that, you are finished the questionnaire. Excellent. All right. Now, if you don't mind, I'm just going to take a moment here, plug this into my system and cross-reference with what we have available with our vendors. And I'm going to come up with 3 unique concepts for you to choose from, okay? All right. Perfect. It'll just be a moment. Thank you. Based on your results and selections from the questionnaire, I have crafted 3 unique wedding themes for the event, okay? So we'll review the mood boards for each, and then afterwards you can decide if you'd like to proceed with any of the ones I've gone over. Okay? Up first, we have the Lost in a Dream theme. Okay? So for the setting, this will take place in a fairy pool. So a serene, moonlit pool surrounded by lush greenery. Fog rolls softly over the surface of the water, with the moon casting a silvery glow. The water shimmers faintly with bioluminescent ripples. For the entrance, guests will arrive via a long candlelit gondola gliding silently over the still waters, guided by a mysterious gondolier cloaked with flowing white robes. And for seating, there'll be moss-covered chairs that line both sides of the water path. Tiny mushrooms glow faintly, scattered around the seating area for an ethereal touch. For attire, Your gown will be a flowing lilac dress that clings as if it's kissed by water, cascading like liquid silk. The hemline drips with subtle iridescent accents. For your hair, it'll be long and flowing wet curls that catch the light softly and sparkle as if dusted with dew. Okay, for a veil, I have a 20-foot translucent veil trailing lightly in the water that glimmers with stardust and micro diamonds, giving the impression of a celestial aura. Okay, for accessories, we have these insane crystal shoes. So they're transparent and delicate. Okay, they're water crystal shoes that create the illusion of floating on your tiptoes. So as the wearer glides through the ankle deep water, bioluminescent silver koi fish dart playfully around your feet. Yeah, so these shoes, they're high heels, but they're entirely translucent, so they look as though you're just on your tiptoes. It makes it look very dreamy when you're walking down the aisle. Okay. And then for jewelry, I'm thinking minimal but magical. So subtle earrings shaped like dewdrops or faintly glowing moonstone necklace, I think would be really nice with this. The next for ambiance, for music, I'm thinking a harp playing fairy seated on a moss-covered pedestal. It fills the air with soft melodic tunes, so I just love the sound of harp, and I think that this would look really good in this environment. Yeah, as you're walking down the aisle, she would just be playing a harp. And then for lighting, this whole wedding ceremony concept would take place at night, so it would happen by moonlight. But the moonlight would be amplified by hidden soft lights that create an enchanting glow, while bioluminescent fish and mushrooms enhance it and give it a dreamlike feel. Okay. And then lastly, for ambiance, we have petals. So white flower petals will materialize from the air, fluttering down like gentle whispers of magic over your guests and onto the water surface. Very, very pretty. Yes, the photographs would be breathtaking from this event. So, what do you think of that first one? Good. Okay. Well, there's still 2 more to hear, okay? All right, let's go forward. So next we have the French romance theme. So this will feel like stepping into an elegant royal fantasy inspired by French romance and Monet's paintings. Okay, so first setting, this will take place in a castle courtyard, a stunning chateau in royal French coquette style, adorned with ornate wrought iron gates and manicured topiary gardens. The courtyard is framed by pastel-colored roses, lavender, and wisteria, reminiscent of Monet's water lily painting. Okay, so for arrival, guests will arrive on swan-shaped gondolas that glide across the shimmering lily-strewn pond, bordered by floating lanterns. For color palette, the setting is bathed in an Easter-inspired palette, so soft pinks, lilacs, yellows, and mint greens, accented with golden details. Okay. Then for attire, the gown is insane. The gown is gorgeous. So, a pink tulle masterpiece, extravagantly large with cascading layers. This is an archived piece from Planet Earth's legendary fashion museum. The bodice features intricate embroidery of florals and feathers, shimmering with subtle gold and pearl accents. For accessories, guests will don whimsical large hats adorned with oversized bows, ribbons, and delicate antennae-like designs, blending playfulness with opulence. And then for the ambiance, we have music. So an orchestra pit featuring a small ensemble of cello, violin, and flute players dressed in vintage-inspired designer attire that mirrors the era's charm. Their melodies float across the courtyard like a soft spring breeze. And then lighting for this event would change throughout the time of day. So we would start off with golden sunlight that filters through, and as the evening progresses, soft lanterns and floating chandeliers glow with pastel hues. And then we have the highlights for this event. So we have art-inspired details. So a Monet water lily painting recreated as a floating stage in the courtyard pond for performers and presentations. So they recreate that painting in the courtyard to look just like that, to really sell that experience for the guests. And then guest gowns can reflect brush strokes and patterns, blending vivid florals and flowing fabrics with a painterly aesthetic. So kind of like in the previous one, we apply kind of virtual reality skins to the guest to make it look like their own wardrobe is almost made of paint and it's just flowing and beautiful and dreamlike. And then in the courtyard, guests are greeted with towering floral arches and fountains adorned with pastel silk ribbons, spilling shimmering water as swans glide below. So really lots of opportunities for photo ops. For the last wedding theme to review today, we have the Mount Olympus experience. So for setting, this will take place in a coliseum made of clouds. So this is a monumental arena that floats high above the Earth's surface, suspended in the heavens. Marble columns and archways shimmer with gold and silver accents, surrounded by a sea of mist and clouds. So the clouds part to reveal a panoramic view of the stars and the moonlit sky. Thousands of candles glow softly, casting flickering light across the ethereal space. For the grand entrance, guests will arrive in gilded chariots pulled by majestic winged Pegasus, so their hooves will leave trailing, sparkling stardust behind them. For attire, this is all about the Aphrodite style fashion. So what that looks like is you'll be wearing a flowing draped gown in either soft ivory, blush, or shimmering gold that hugs your body gracefully and really shows off your silhouette. Okay. Your hair will be styled in cascading curls adorned with golden laurel leaves or pearl accents. We'll also include some arm cuffs that are etched with intricate patterns of vines and celestial motifs, paired with elegant lace-up sandals. I think a fun touch would also be to have some engravings on the arm cuffs, like of the wedding date, for example. And then for entertainment, we have a gladiator battle. So a dazzling spectacle featuring VR enhanced combatants fighting in golden armor. Their movements are dramatic, choreographed as if they're leaping from myth itself, with every strike creating sparks or glowing effects. Then there could also potentially be mythical servers. So Zeus, Athena, or Aphrodite appear as fully interactive VR avatars, projected seamlessly to serve guests at their tables, each embodying their respective divine traits. So you really get to kind of interact with these guests, and the gods will be serving you. So it's quite the experience. And then next for ambiance, we have the Saturnalia feast table. So a sprawling banquet table sits at the heart of the Colosseum, laden with decadent foods, so overflowing platters of grapes, roasted meats, figs, and golden goblets of wine. Then there's going to be garlands of ivy and roses draped along the table, while celestial constellations are subtly projected onto the surrounding mist. There's also this adorable touch. There's going to be winged cupids that flutter around playfully, dropping petals and serving sweet confections to guests. And then for lighting, so the venue will glow with thousands of candles and celestial lighting effects, making it like dining amidst the stars. It's really, really beautiful. Highlights of this theme will be the celestial VR effects. So the gods occasionally pause their service to engage in dramatic displays. This could include Zeus calling forth lightning, or Athena conjuring glowing owls, and Aphrodite dancing among a flurry of roses. And there's also interactive elements. So guests can step into a VR booth to briefly become a demigod. Embodying powers like Hercules' strength or Artemis' precision in archery. So that does conclude 3 different concepts and mood boards for your proposed wedding. Now, again, these were all pulled based on your answers from the questionnaire, so I am confident that there is something here for you. Yes, it's hard to pick. Now, did you want to chat with your partner about any of these before moving forward, or are you leading the way with the decisions? It's all you? Okay, that's no problem. Well, before you make your decision, would you be interested in hiring one of the Alterlife Droid staff services? You'd like to know a little bit more about it? Okay, so the Droid staff service offers a seamless, efficient, and highly customizable team of robotic assistants designed to elevate every aspect of your wedding. Okay, these droids are equipped with advanced AI, sleek designs, and specialized functions, ensuring they handle everything from guest care to behind the scenes logistics with precision and style. So, some examples of staff at your wedding could be a front of house droid. So, these humanoid or floating greeter droids welcome guests upon arrival. They provide holographic directions and assist with check in, offering a personalized experience. We can also do an event coordinator droid. So, this is an AI driven planner who monitors schedules in real time. So, they communicate with human planners or vendors and other droids to ensure the event runs smoothly. Next, we have server droids. So, sleek, multi armed droids deliver food and drinks with precision, using built in sensors to navigate crowds effortlessly. Next, we have security droids. So, these droids provide event security. They monitor for any disturbances or assisting guests in case of emergencies. There's also photography and videography droids. So they are flying droid cameras and tripod mounted droids that capture the event from creative angles. So they incorporate AR overlays and live streaming capabilities as well. We have decor management droids, automated decorators that handle setup and adjustments, from arranging centerpieces to recalibrating lighting effects throughout the event. And then there's, of course, cleanup droids. So they handle waste sorting, table clearing, and venue tidying, ensuring the space stays spotless throughout the event. And of course, if you do go with these themed weddings, we can have and customize exactly what you'd like any of these droids to look like or wear. They wouldn't have to look robotic. They could certainly look humanoid or something else if that pleases you. And with that, that concludes the options that we have to go over today. I know I've thrown a lot of information at you, so are you ready today to make a decision with moving forward with any of these bookings? Okay, so you do like all of them, but you're just not sure which one you'd like to go with yet? No, that's not a problem. All right, well, how about this? I can go ahead here and make a reminder to follow up with you in 1 week to get your thoughts. I just want to make sure we pre-plan and we book those vendors far in advance, right? Yeah, you don't want to miss out on any of these venues or opportunities. Okay. All right. That's no problem. I'll go ahead and contact you in 1 week's time and we can settle all this information and pick the wedding you'd like to move forward with. At that time, we can then go ahead and get into a little bit more nitty-gritty details too. Okay? Excellent. All right. Well, last thing I have to do before I let you go today is just take your Retina wallet payment for the service I've offered here today. Okay? All right, just 1 moment. Okay. Just look directly at the light. Perfect. Thank you. All right. And that concludes our appointment today. It's a pleasure getting to see you. Again, congratulations on the marriage. All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Yes, you think about it. I'll go ahead and send you any and all of this information just so you don't have to, you might not remember everything I've gone over. And you can chat it through with your partner and any of your friends, get their thoughts. Okay? All right. Well, thank you for choosing Alterlife.